What's up, guys? It's Oli here bringing another Pokemon Nerd Wi-Fi battle, and this is a Yu-Gi match I had to get with that Electivire team. That's awesome. Although I really do need something to resist water other than Blastoise, because as you'll see, water fucks me up. Anyway, water fucks me up. Anyway, so yeah, this is a Yu-Gi battle I had against the AngryCorndog. He's a really cool guy. You guys should check him out. I'll leave his link in the description. So yeah, anyways, let's start off with the battle. So he's gonna lead off with his Rose Raiders. I lead off with my Bronzong, and I'm like, okay, so I don't know what set this is. This is either Sleep Powder Toxic Spikes, or this is Spikes and like really specially defensive. So I just decided to scout. It turns out that it is a Sleep Powder Toxic Spike set. So I have to. So I go to switch out and go into my Crobat, knowing that he really cannot do anything to me unless he has Hidden Power Ice, and that still isn't going to do much. So I knew I was a really safe switch in, and I go for U-turn predicting him to switch, but he knew that I'd do that, and he stayed in, so I think that was actually a really good play on his part. I do get a crit. That was really lucky, because now, like, this thing could, like, I mean, it'll just die next turn. So, I mean, I knew he'd go for Toxic Spikes again, so I get rid of him with my Nidoking. So, maybe, thinking that he's going to switch out, I'm just going to go for the Earth Power. I mean, it doesn't matter, because I'm going to take him out anyway, and his entire team, I think, is affected by Earth Power, except Gligar, but, I mean, that thing gets killed by Ice Beam. So, I'm just going to go for Earth Power just in case he decides to switch out, and he goes into Crocodile, and I'm like, okay, so he's either going to go for Earthquake or Crunch. Crunch predicting me to switch, or Earthquake trying to kill me. I didn't want to risk, so I went to, like, the Happy Medium that can take both hits, and that's Bronzong. So he went for Crunch. I kind of wish I stayed with Nidoking and went for Ice Beam and would have done a lot of damage, if not kill it. Like, that would have really helped. So he's gonna go into Empoleon, and I'm like, okay, so this thing's probably gonna set up right now or set up the rocks. So what I'm thinking is, I can go into Electivire and then I'll just go from there. If he like sets up Swords Dance, I still not that threat, and I can still go for Thunder Punch and do a lot of damage. He has agility, and I'm like, okay, so this is an agility Empoleon. I was kind of scared, but I'm like, you know what, Electivire does have a very decent special defense stat, so I thought maybe I could live a Surf. He has Hydro Pump, and then I really wasn't too sure about it, and then he just takes me out. Now, seeing that he has Life Orb, I'm like, okay, this is going to be a big problem. I go into Blastoise knowing that I can take water hits. He has Grass Knot, and I'm like, oh my god, this thing is probably going to sweep my entire team. I go for Scald, trying to get the burn, so the Life Orb and burn just rack up, and luckily, oh my god, that was so lucky, I actually got the burn. The burn really did help me in this battle, because without it, I would just be cleanly swept by this Empoleon. Because now I have to kind of get around it. Now I do switch out here, predicting the Grass Knot, so I just stall his pretty much utter destruction of me. So he goes for Grass Knot. It doesn't do anything to Bronzong. I actually don't think Bronzong is that heavy as a Pokemon, which is really weird. But it doesn't do that much. Burn is gonna Burn Life Orb, we're gonna keep hurting it. Then he goes for Hydro Pump. I was hoping he would miss. Unfortunately, he does not, so he just takes me out with Hydro Pump, and I'm like, okay, I really thought that maybe I'd live that, but this Empoleon, oh yeah, it's in Torrent range. That's why it was so powerful. Okay, anyway, I guess that was just my epiphany. He goes for Hydro Pump here, obviously knowing he can take me out with Torrent, which, I mean, I was just hoping he'd miss, but fortunately he doesn't miss. He takes me out. Luckily, though, he does die due to, Life Orb and Burn, so I'm okay with that. But now I'm like at a 3-4 position. I'm not in a good position whatsoever. I think I'm at a 3-4 position. I go into Nidoking predicting a Stone Edge, and thankfully that was actually a good move on my part. So I lived the Stone Edge obviously very nicely. I know he's gonna switch out and go into something, and it turns out he goes into his Escavalier, and I'm like, okay, and like I went for Fire Blast. No, he's just gonna go into anything, and I'm like, you know what? His team gets hurt by Fire Blast, so why not? He goes into Escavalier, which is perfect because that's a dead Escavalier, and that's perfect. And yeah, so now he goes into Kingdra, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna set up again. And I know he's gonna set up because Waterfall probably will not kill his Nidoking without it setting up, so he's gonna go for Dragon Dance, and he does, and I'm like, okay, so maybe now I could somehow live a hit. I don't even know. He goes for Outrage. It does take me out, unfortunately. It actually does more than Stab Waterfall. Once I think about it, Outrage does more than Stab Waterfall. Wow, I never knew that. But here I'm going to Road, I'm pretty much losing all hope, but I outspeed. If I knew I outsped, that'd be awesome. Actually, no, I still probably would have went for the Volt Switch anyway. But in either case, I do have speed. I totally forgot I was timid nature. I thought I was modest. So, I mean, if I was modest nature, I'd probably be able to take it out in one shot, but I definitely would not live in outrage. So, I mean, actually, it's better that I was timid. But in either case, I go for Volt Switch. It doesn't take out the Kingdra, unfortunately, so now I have to sack my Crobat. Because if I didn't have to sack my Crobat, I might have actually had hope in this match. But now I go for Hidden Power Ice. Do a very... no, not do a very tricky. I just take him out. Take him out, and now all he has left is his Crocodile and Gligar. So I'm like, okay, maybe I have some kind of hope if he misses Stone Edge. So I go for Hidden Power Ice. I do half damage. I was hoping for a crit. I mean, crit's not going to happen, though. But I was hoping for maybe, like, half damage. That didn't happen. It's just, he goes for Stone Edge, and I'm like, okay, I lost this battle. I live with 12. I was so happy. I was like, okay, maybe I can actually pull this out of my ass. So I go for Hidden Power Ice. Take out the Crocodile, and I'm like, okay, so now he goes in Gligar. Gligar has a Violet. That means it's really bulky. But maybe since it's quad super effective, this Hidden Power Ice will kill the Gligar. So, well, it does not. Wow, that was like a really big pause. But it does not kill it off. I was so upset, because I thought I actually pulled this comeback out of my ass. I was actually surprised that my Rotom outspeeched Crocodile, but I'm guessing his Crocodile was Adamant Nature, which is even more surprising that he didn't kill me with Stone Edge. I was so surprised at that point. Like, I don't know. I guess he got absolute min damage or something, because that Crocodile was Adamant Scarf most likely, and I somehow live. I don't even know how I lived that. So yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this battle. It's really short, but it was really enjoyable. It was really fun. Although I did get swept by Empoleon pretty much and got kind of destroyed by it. Like, I need something. I need an answer for water on this team. But in either case, guys, I hope you enjoyed this battle. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all later.